You said that very little is off limits in Iran as far as targeting, including power plants, bridges, you've mentioned those.
Very little is off limits.
A taco is going to taco. After saying a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again, our president has announced a 2-week ceasefire with Iran. After posting that inflammatory language on Truth Social, Donald Trump has backed down from his threats. Those threats included complete infrastructure destruction if the Strait of Hormuz wasn't reopened by this deadline that he imposed. And by the way, this is the same war that Trump has told us that he's already won. The same strait that he said would open naturally. The same Iranian military that he said has no capabilities left. And yet he called Tuesday Power Plant Day and Bridge Day. 4 hours complete demolition. I want you to notice the cognitive gap between that. Think about it. The war is basically over on Monday, and then a whole civilization will die tonight on Tuesday, and then he announces a 2-week ceasefire without any real movement in negotiations. None of those are compatible statements. Donald Trump is holding press conferences where he simultaneously claims that Iran is defeated and threatens to destroy everything they have left. The man, he's running 4 different storylines at once, and none of them connect to each other, and that is why he chickens out. Trump always chickens out. And with his threats, the language he was using, it's criminal. Saying at a press conference that every bridge in Iran, not military important bridges, every bridge in Iran will be decimated. Every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again.
We have a plan, because of the power of our military, where every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again. Complete demolition.
It's atrocious. Fortunately, a reporter asked Donald Trump if those claims would be a war crime. Donald Trump shrugged and said, very little is off limits. Now, he's not wrong that very little has been off limits for him. Just read the Epstein files. But if you deliberately target civilian infrastructure, that is not a gray area under international law. It is prohibited. The Geneva Conventions exist specifically because humans decided after watching what happened in World War II that you cannot punish civilian populations into submission by cutting off their electricity, their water, or their basic needs. Legal experts in military law have said that Trump's threats, if he carried them out, would have constituted a war crime. Chris Van Hollen, senator, called it a textbook war crime. The United Nations said that they were alarmed by the rhetoric, which for the UN, that's their diplomatic equivalent of screaming. Good job, UN. Thank you for using your big boy voice. A former US ambassador for war crimes said acting on these threats could turn the US into a rogue state. Even Republicans like Senator Ron Johnson said that they didn't want to see us blowing up civilian infrastructure. Ron Johnson was the voice of restraint. You even had Tucker Carlson calling Trump's vile posts vile on every level. Tucker Carlson, this man spent a decade defending Donald Trump. And his Easter threats were where Tucker drew the line. Of course, Trump, instead of addressing the actual problem, attacked Tucker Carlson, calling him low IQ Tucker. Look, if you were losing Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Ron Johnson all in the same week, you have made a choice that is costing you your most loyal defenders. The Pope, Pope Leo XIV, the first American Pope, spent his Easter calling on those with weapons to lay them down. Meanwhile, Trump spent Easter and the following days threatening to destroy an entire civilization and golfing. And I do want to remind you guys of something. We call this Operation Epstein Fury for a reason. It's on Trump's timeline to distract you. And yet we are not distracted. People like Representative Fushi has put Trump impeachment out there, moving forward impeachment articles against the president himself. A formal House resolution has been introduced. Now look, it's not going to pass a Republican-controlled Congress. And I've covered the math on the 25th Amendment. That's not going to happen, nor is impeachment right now. But this impeachment article, it is on the congressional record that sitting members of Congress have formally charged this president with conduct warranting removal. It's not nothing. It is now in the record. Separately, Representative Yasemin Ansari, the only Iranian American Democrat in Congress, the daughter of parents who fled Iran, introduced articles of impeachment against Defense Secretary Hegseth for his war crimes, including bombing a girls' school on the first day of the war. But also when he declared that he would give no quarter to enemy fighters, which just by saying that is illegal under the Geneva Conventions. And I'm going to cover Hegseth in another story coming up. And while Trump wants you watching the bombs, and hell, the impeachment, that actually helps him right now because it's a distraction. And it's not going to happen. Nothing's going to happen to him in Congress. The Epstein files still exist. We still don't have all of them, but good reporting is being done, and the New York Times is finding all sorts of damning information. Indian billionaires, Mukesh Ambani, being found in the Epstein documents. Punchbowl is reporting that the House Oversight Committee, they're pressing forward to get Bill Gates to testify. We know that Howard Lutnick is going to have to testify. Pam Bondi has been subpoenaed. Meanwhile, Trump, he's going to blow up power plants or threaten bridges and threaten to end civilizations just to fill up your newsfeed. He wants Epstein in the background. And like I just told you, we're not letting it go. We are going to keep talking about the Epstein files. We are not going to let him run from accountability. And if you support independent media like us, do me a favor. A simple like and a simple comment, it goes a long way toward telling the algorithm this is the type of content you want to see.